Hey guys, it's Brian again with another ceiling fan video, and on this week's edition of Why, we have a 52-inch Kenmore ceiling fan from 1998. It's polished brass with high-gloss reversible blades. This is the rosewood side. And then on the top is oak that's covered in white paint. This fan came out of the bowling alley with the other two fans that I pulled, the View fan and the SMC MC52. And this obviously replaced a brown Laguna. And actually I do remember that fan from when I was a kid, because this one, like I said, is from 1998. So I was about 8 years old when this was replaced. And the Laguna, from what I remember, had a balloon string caught in it, and it locked up and pretty much grenaded itself, which is why this one came to be. Now, I understand why they put the mounting hardware from the Laguna on this fan, considering that all three of the fans were all installed on J-hooks and were all three SMCs at one point from the 70s, but it just looks goofy, because this would have come with a ball socket mounting canopy and ball and bracket and all that. But, you know, just for the sake of not having to take the old hardware down, I totally understand. But yeah, I was really upset when that Laguna died and this replaced it. And I actually always thought this was a Hampton Bay Cameron. You can see kind of the resemblance a little bit. However, I found out later that it was a Kenmore, and this was the least favorite of the three fans in the alley for me. But it is a good performing fan. It's actually a pretty decently heavy fan. I'm not really sure what size the motor is. I want to say it's only a 153, but I'm not sure. No slouch of a performer though. So I got it hooked up here to the kilowatt meter, set to amperage. We're going to go ahead and give this a test, starting with low. Actually got a pretty nice low speed. And it is drawing 0.21 amps. And I'll be sure to put a picture of the motor tag at the end of the video. Actually moving a nice little breeze on this speed. It's got a little bit of a bearing noise to it. Barely audible. Switch it to medium. Does have a bit of a wobble to it. And the bearing noise is definitely more audible. But it's actually performing pretty well. It's a pretty solid air mover. Not really a bad quality fan either, honestly. This was the speed that it ran on every time that I went to the bowling alley. Far back as I can remember, it was always medium. And the fans were all daisy chained together and run straight off the breaker. There was no speed controls other than their own pull chains, or the MC52 had a cardboard box control up in the canopy. So they were just straight on and off with the breaker. On medium, it is drawing 0.38 amps. It's a pretty low amperage draw. But yeah, those bearings are shot. And now high. Like I said, this is actually a pretty solid performing fan. It's powerful. actually, a pretty strong amount of air. I think this is the first time this fan has been run on high in its entire life. And it is drawing 0.55 amps on high. So yeah, pretty low power draw, pretty efficient fan. I'll bet you this was purchased at the old Sears in North Olmsted, or, you know, now that I think about it, there was actually a Sears Hardware in Westlake when I was a kid. So that could have been purchased from the Sears Hardware in Westlake. Either one of the stores, they both sold the same fans. It's probably the Westlake one, because Bay Village is just the next town over. And we'll spin down. Surprisingly enough, for as bad as those bearings are, it takes quite a while for this to spin down. Yeah, but like I said, this was my least favorite of the three fans that were at the bowling alley, because I was angry that it replaced that brown Laguna. That Laguna was so cool, but I understand why they did it. Actually, when I was touring the bowling alley for the last time before it closed down, I was kind of secretly hoping that they had kept the old fans in one of the back rooms, but to be honest, I'm not surprised that they didn't, because they both died and they used the old mounting hardware and stuff on the replacement fans. So, yeah, sad day, but hey, it is what it is. It's the way she goes. Yeah, these things take quite a while to spin down. I don't remember ever seeing these in any other place except for the bowling alley. I don't remember seeing them in the wild, like, anywhere. Vaguely remember seeing these installed on the display at Sears when I was a kid. So there you have it. That's the 52-inch Kenmore Ceiling Fan. Hope you guys enjoyed. Keep watching. More videos to come.